Hello? Hello? Hello, anyone there? Hello? I stubbed my toes! Oh! I stubbed 3 of my toes. I saw the light, y'all. Oh my god. Ouchies. Big ouchies. Oh my god. I'm in a world of hurt. Critical hit. Critical hit is right, Emojo. Hi, Kiddo Dragon Fox Little Piggies go. Ah! Oh my god, that sucked. All kinds of doo-doo fart. Oh. But hello. How are y'all doing? Hang on, I gotta take a call. Hello? Yes, this is Dog. How help you can I? Please send help to my toes. Mitosis. I'm experiencing mitosis. My toes are multiplying. What is this stream anymore? I get a metal foot like me. The gods above decided it was time for me to stub not 1, not 2, but 3 of my toes. I'm not gonna feel those for a few days. Anyway, I have okay, I'm trying to get my bearings. That was kind of an out-of-body experience, y'all. I was getting ready for the stream. I went to the bathroom, put on my Kigu, and I hit the corner of, like, the wall next to the door, and it hurt. Oh my god. That sucked so much ass. But I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Am I okay? I don't know. Us furries are never really okay if you think about it. Hey! But anyway, I forgot to switch my Stream Deck over because, quite frankly, I'm too busy focused on all the pain receptors going off. Let me see if I can find my thing. My thing that does the thing. The Stream Deck that does the stream decking. Okay. My toes got decked. Anyway. I hope that y'all are doing okay. God, that was a loud fart. I hope that y'all are doing okay. I hope that y'all are taking care of yourselves in these, crazy times. Who needs toes anyway? We need it for balance or something. You know, I used to think that we didn't actually need toes, but, turns out they're very important for maintaining balance for whatever reason. I don't know. Go ask the big man upstairs. He might be able to fill you in on that one. But hello, Matt. How you doing? Al donated plasma today. I'm sure many appreciate you for that. No, seriously. Like, there's always a blood shortage. It's very important that you donate plasma if you are able. I don't think I can because I have anemia, but yeah. Stubbing your toes, I wouldn't call it the worst feeling in the world. I still think the worst pain I've ever experienced was my dental surgery. Nothing really came close to that. It's a type of pain that is so intense that your mind is just like, I'm going to imagine things right now. You know, I'm going subliminal messages or something. I pretended that I was playing Sonic 3 whenever I was going through my dental surgery. Like, the mind box was very busy that day, and I wasn't having my dental surgery. I was playing Sonic 3. It was awful. I don't recommend that. But that is absolutely the worst pain I've ever experienced in my life. Was getting all my front teeth yoinked. I do not recommend it unless you absolutely have to do it. The second worst pain is how quickly it drained my bank account. That was a $10,000 operation that I don't want to go through again. Anyway, yesterday was vernal equinox, first day of spring. Vernal or fernal equinox? There's a vernal equinox? Vernal equinox sounds like a brand of ginger ale. Try Vernal Equinox Ginger Ale today. Hi, Kiddo Dragon Fox. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kiddo says, Kiddo's wife here. What did the Folf say after stubbing their toes on the solid gold doorstep? Ow, ow, ow. It hurts. That's the periodic abbreviation for gold, isn't it? Gold is made of Australia. Today we learned that gold is made of Australia. Or maybe Australia is made of gold. Kiddo Dragon Fox, thank you so much for that $5 super chat. Yorick, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Good evening, Stormi. I always have to give you the Alfred Hitchcock voice, I'm sorry. Hope you and Rag liked them belated V-Day gifts I sent. I actually got them late last night. Unfortunately, Rag is not here. He got called in to work. But I did get the present from you. And as requested, I normally don't do this, but I will read the letter that you sent on camera. Well, let's get to that, y'all. Give me just a second, okay? I am small. Sometimes I wish I were. Anyway, they sent me a little gift. But I'm going to read the letter that Yorick sent. Okay, it says, Dear Stormi and Rag, Happy Valentine's, belated Valentine's Day, February 27th. Yeah, USPS was really holding on to this one for some reason. Apologies for these late gifts. They didn't arrive in time for the love day of the year. I ordered them back in December, and it took 2 months to arrive. Must have been international shipping for it to take that long. Hello, Wyatt and Jared. How y'all doing? Just reading a little bit of fan mail here, since we haven't really done a mail vid in a while anyway. But let's continue. My Valentine's Day was average. Being single and ace makes it feel lonely at times. But no worries, this polar bear is very used to it. If there's one type of advice, one piece of advice I could offer with regards to dating, don't bother with dating sites. They are a complete and total waste of time and money. Just do not the dating site, ever. Get involved with groups. Maybe a local furry group. Maybe another hobby that you follow. Maybe get involved with a local group with, I don't know, you seem to really like cameras, so, maybe like a camera group on Telegram or Facebook or something. That is one piece of advice I could always recommend is, meet dates through friends, not through apps, okay? Don't swipe left or right, just swipe it away. Just swipe it away altogether. Anyway, let's continue. In this package, there are 2 devices for you to use. They are very high-tech and very useful. Guess what they are? With that, that's it for now. Hope you two like your belated Valentine's gifts. Sincerely yours, Yorick. Your friendly neighborhood Boston Polar Bear. P.S. Keep up the awesome job on your YouTube channel, Stormi. We'll talk about that too. Dating sites feel outdated. They very much do. But, you know, a lot of us are growing up with the internet and nothing else, and, well, to be frank, a lot of social skills aren't really developing that normally would. So you've got one side like, I don't know I don't know how to say hi to them, but the other side is like, I wish they'd say hi to me, but I don't know how to say hi either. So, you know, you mean outdated, Al? I'm gonna ban you right now, okay? Dating sites are a lost cause, though. Totally agree, 100%. Please don't spend any money on dating sites. Your money is worth a lot more than that, okay? Anyway, let's take a look at what they sent me, which I do believe is a camcorder. So, York is sending me a lot of cameras. We'll talk about that. So this is not the first camera I've gotten from Yorick. I haven't unpackaged any of this. Where's the actual camera, though? Live unpackaging. There we go. It's this thing. Yes. I think this is... Oh, it's not 4K. It's 8K. 8K Ultra HD. Oh, it has Wi-Fi. You know what? We might be able to use this for something. If it has Wi-Fi, what we could do is like set up a camera where my cat sleeps and we can make a cat cam or something. I don't know. That seems like a neat idea. Just something like that. What do y'all think? Like sort of like an auxiliary camera? Because I actually have several cameras, but none of them are Wi-Fi equipped. So this might be very useful. So I guess we could do something like that. Maybe. They sent me another camera. It's over there, which is basically a dash cam for a car. I don't have a car anymore, so I'm not really sure what to do with it. I might give it to someone, or I might wait when and if I get another car. Right now, the cards say, Stormi, you're screwed. 8K Ultra High Def Cat Cam. It was a joke about unboxing on camera, unboxing the camera on camera, which is a camera that's also being unboxed on camera. Stormi, don't hurt your brain. Okay. We need a cat cam. I agree. And I don't think there's any battery on here, but yeah. Seems to be just a convenient camcorder of sorts. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to mess with that later. It looks a lot like the one that you actually sent Rag. But I'll mess with it later. If it's anything like Rags, I already know how to use it. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really like test it because I don't think the battery's even charged anyway. This is my first time even unboxing it, so... Yorick! Thank you so much for the lovely gift! I don't know what you sent Rag. I'm gonna save that for him whenever he gets back, so... It is the same one. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, well, I know exactly what to do with it. I'm gonna use it for, the cat cam. I actually have a spare tripod I'm not using, so we'll save it for that. We'll use that for like a future Twitch stream or something. Oh my god. My teeth are giving me trouble right now. We'll talk about that later. Stormi, how's it going? Alex says, I need an adult. I need an adultier adult to help me in my crisis. It's a bad time for me. It's a bad time for a lot of us. Rag making videos with a camcorder, not a bad idea. Yeah. So, I'm gonna keep it real. Half the time I put this fursuit on, it's only just to like, you know, keep this channel afloat. I'm actually really bored of fursuiting. I only like to fursuit around friends, and even that isn't as often as it used to be. So, it's after you do the same thing for so many years, it just gets boring. I can't be the only person that feels this way, though. Because I talked to Rag, and he seems to have similar sentiments. But I don't expect a lot of people to understand this, because most people haven't fursuited for 5, 6, 7, 8 years out of their life, you know? Especially me, where you're doing it almost every day. Stalkers, I have no idea. It didn't really say a brand. Let's see. Like, it wasn't Sony or Panasonic or anything like that. I think it was just like an eBay camera. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Let's see. I personally won't get bored at fursuiting at all. How long have you been fursuiting for, Rage? How long have you been fursuiting? I'm sorry if it sounds a little forward, but how long have you been fursuiting for? We do need a cat cam. I agree. Hello, Ramon. How you doing? Well, Rage, how do you know you'll never get bored? How do you know? You know, it's very possible to get bored of things that we never thought we'd get bored of. I got bored of Sonic. Well, not really. It's more like the newer Sonic games don't really do anything for me, you know? There's some songs I got bored of out there. Owl City, Fireflies. Actually really hate that song now. The Ted Cam. Yeah, we call it the Ted Cam because his name is Ted. So it's one of those things like you'll never know until you start fursuiting. And you start The first time you put on a fursuit, it's magical, okay? You literally get to be something else entirely. And being able to see your eyes animate and move about is a surreal experience. Bonus if you have floppy ears like me. But things like that, it's you know, it's fun. But as you get older, you know, you're gonna lose friends. Well, not really lose friends. It's more like, I lost friends. It's more like your friends kind of move on from the furry fandom. They get bored. And the fandom is very social. And when we lose these connections as time passes, you know, the urge to fursuit isn't as strong as it used to be. So I kind of feel like it's this on top of so many other factors that have added up. I made Stormi because I wanted to discover myself. And Stormi ended up being a teacher of sorts, a teacher of the furry fandom. And now that, you know, there's like hundreds of others doing that same spiel, on top of, unfortunately, AI answering questions in the furry fandom, it's like, why am I still doing this, you know? And more so, I've kind of run out of stuff to answer or talk about with regards to furry topics, because everything has been done. I mean, it's not a bad thing, but at the same time, you know, I would almost argue that Stormi's existence depends on, you know, discovering new things about the fandom and sharing it with the world. But when there's nothing new to share, what do I do with my persona? You know, do they become someone new? Do they evolve? Do I sell my fursuit? I'm only half joking about that. I think about it a lot. Like, being furry is still fun, but it's definitely a much smaller part of my life than it used to be. And if it weren't for like this perfect storm of sorts, I still think there's a chance I would have gotten bored. Maybe in a few years, maybe not as quickly as I did now, but public suiting has yet to get old for me. The cheer and enthusiasm I almost always get makes it all worth it. Public suiting is an experience. You have to be careful, but it is fun if you ever get a chance to. I don't really get to anymore because I'm stuck inside all day. Kiddo Dragonfucks, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kiddo's wife here. What does Batman like in his drinks? Just ice. What? Could someone please explain the joke? I don't know a whole lot about Batman, okay? Is this like an Iceman reference? Mr. Freeze? Is that what I'm thinking? I'm confused. I don't get it. Talking fursuits, I received my 10th persona in fursuit. Nice, Yorick. Fursuiting is always a lot more exciting when you're just getting into it. At least in my opinion. But I've made it pretty much my entire life for several years, and now it's just, what do I do now? There's like the enthusiasm, the ambition, it's all gone. And I don't think I'm helping anyone anymore. So I have to find something new to do with Stormi. And that's what I'm doing. But this is very much almost a nuclear option. It's more like, hey, if this doesn't work, I abandon Stormi. I abandon all hope. So the next video is something completely and totally different from anything I would ever do. I'm not going to spoil too much, but it is a story vid. It is a Stormi time. So it is very much burnout. The VTuber is so much more fun. The VTuber, I get to be an animated dingus. It's almost like I'm making my own cartoon. The fursuit is just, I'm in a fursuit. I do fursuit things. I flop my ears. Way. My toes still hurt. Oh! Motivation can be sporadic. Yeah. I just don't know what else to do anymore with Stormi. I feel like the only other path with the fursuit, really, and I cringe to think about this, shorts, TikToks, skits. Oh, dear God. Oh, I'm gonna have to ask my therapist about that one. Just ice meaning justice. Oh, that joke went way over my head. My breath smells like French bread pizza. Yummy. Well, overstayed. Gotta go. Work in the morning. Have a great night. Take care of yourself, York. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream, dear. Hi, Theo. Theo, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Theo says, just wanted to drop in and wish you a happy Friday. Happy Furry Friday to you as well, Theo. Or should I say, Fursuit Friday? Get it? Because fursuiting on a Friday. Y'all know this. Anyway, Theo, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Let's see. York, what are you doing? York, you need to stop that. You need to stop this right. Oh, York, don't make me put on the angry eyelids. You won't like me when I put on the. York! You need to stop that, York. Quit it. Stop it right now. Quit it. Y'all tell York to stop this immediately, okay? York, I'm done. I'm leaving. Stream's over. I'm done. I'm gonna walk into the void, y'all. I'm gonna walk into the void. I'm not here anymore. Okay? All I need is the one Chaos Emerald to get me out of here, okay? Y'all need to stop. York, thank you so much for gifting the 5 memberships. To Melissa Roboto, a werewolf, Taco Cat, Lavin Bun, PVC Doggy, and yeah, thank you so much for gifting the 5 memberships, York. Sweetheart. Can you give me some void sauce while you're out there? Oh, will do. Let's indigo. I can't really project my voice all that well today because it's just I've been screaming a lot on Twitch, so my voice hurts a little bit, just a smidge, just a little bit. Yorick is over and out. Live from Twitch, it's Stormi Night Live. I could have become someone, y'all. I was cool once, but now everyone knows what a furry is. Ooh, that hurt. That stung a little bit. William says, I hate pineapple on pizza. I'm indifferent on it. I've had pineapple on pizza before. It's an experience. The salty sweet sensation. Definitely not for everyone. I like it and I hate it. I'm very indifferent, if that makes sense. Let's see. No, I think bacon is the worst topping. I hate bacon. And I hate grits. I'm a furry and I don't even know much about the fandom. A furry? What's a furry? Hey bro, what's a furry? A furry is someone who's interested in anthropomorphic characters with human-like characteristics. Anyway, it's gross. Bacon. Are you talking about pineapple or bacon? When is a furry? I don't know. I don't know where the furry went. Can y'all find the furry in this image? I don't know where the furry went. If y'all can find that pesky furry that's in here, let me know. I hate grits. Why is furry? What is furry? These questions and more will never be answered. Hello, Shreddy. How you doing? How is a furry? This furry is very old and tired. This furry is very exhausted. Anyway, yeah, I feel like I've just done it for so long now, and I'm bored. Oh no, y'all can see me wearing my pink shirt. The world's over, y'all. Oh no. Anyway, Sonic and Back to the Future are my biggest hyperfixations. You sound like me from like 10 years ago. The furry rabbit hole is so deep. You can be in the furry fandom for years. You could still find things the furry fandom you haven't known about yet. I know, but a lot of it kind of boils down to the same result in the end. I just don't find it stimulating anymore. There's not really anything else I'm interested in discussing at this point, if that makes sense. So I'm going on a new adventure. I'm doing storytelling. And I really think y'all will like what I have to say. Or maybe not. I don't know. I know some people will click away if they don't see Fursuit because, no offense, sometimes the Fursuit brain rot is so deep that your TikTok feed is just nothing but fursuits, and if it's anything else, you cringe. That is true fursuit brain rot, and it's a thing in my opinion. Fursuit brain rot is a thing. Hi Blab, how you doing? Furry. Wherefore art thou furry? We love your stories, Stormi. That's why we call them Stormy Stories and hope Weather Channel doesn't sue me. Get it? Because storm stories. Look, everyone lived with their grandmother at one point, and they would watch storm stories together, or at least I did. That was like our thing that we did. We'd sit in the living room, and we'd watch storm stories. Did anyone else do that? Or am I tripping? So my shorts feeds is mostly Helldivers. I still haven't played Helldivers. Before I deleted TikTok, all my feed was cat videos. You say that like it's a bad thing. Cats are always relevant. But, you know, it's just any typical furry content creator for the most part. They're gonna do what makes them happy. Cows go move, Stormi. I'm trying to find a good way to, describe this. A lot of people like to do the lip syncing stuff, and I get that. It's fun, but I want something a little deeper. Am I making sense yet? I've seen thousands, maybe tens of thousands of fursuits at this point, and that same kind of serotonin that I used to get is gone. I'm like, that's cute. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Okay, what else is there to do? Stormy Stories was interesting to watch. Same with It Could Happen. What's your favorite Pokemon? Raichu. Oh, God. Oh, that was bad. Right, Stormy, great to see you. Can I request a nose boop? Why not? Why not? Just a little boop. A little boop never hurt anyone. Fernier says, you okay? No. I have almost no furry stuff in my YouTube feed these days. It's mostly science, math, and video essays. See, Harley Pupper, you're sounding like me now. Like, my feed is almost just like, well, actually, let's find out what my feed is. I don't even know. There's not a lot of furry content on my feed, that's for sure. It is Sonic Advance 3 OST, The Brack Show, which is a show about an alien creature named Brack. It's very sitcom-y, but it's so dumb. It's early Adult Swim stuff. Y'all might like it, honestly. Pizza Hotline, which is like this transcore kind of channel. Super Mario 64, apparently. Ashens. Space Coast. Someone reviewing their game consoles. And something about Best Buy. And someone making the entire Krusty Krab menu. There's my feed. As y'all could tell. As y'all could see. No furry content on my feed. So, hi Christian, how you doing? How you doing? Remember Fry's Electronics? I do, and I never got to enter one, unfortunately. They just don't exist out here. We don't have a micro center either, which really sucks. Benji relaxed after a long day of work. Okay. What's your favorite TV show? Do I even watch TV shows? I don't have a favorite one, actually. Lately, I just binge stuff from like 20, 30, 40 years ago. Let's see. Sonic 06, best Sonic game ever. Oh, it sure is, Matt. Let's see. Imagine watching TV. That's something boomers do. I mean, some people watch TV, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, you know, I don't really see the appeal of watching TV anymore. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. Maybe because I haven't had a TV subscription since 2008. Benji says, I am tired, so there's that. Oh, me too. I didn't sleep that well, so I understand. Courage Tribute Watch Party win? Didn't we already have one? Like a long time ago? Any YouTube series you've been watching, Harley says? Not in particular. I just more like... I've mostly been watching lately, like, retro Adult Swim cartoons. That's what I've been watching. One of my go-tos a while back, and I took a break from, was Chip Flick. I fucking love Chip Flick. I was a big fan of their Storytime animations. I still come back to their stuff from time to time. Their stuff is always so whimsical and charming and imaginative. It's just everything that I aspire to do. That's kind of where I'm taking this channel. I'm not ripping off Chip Flick before y'all say anything like that. We're two totally different people. There's no way I could. We both have our own approach to it. That's kind of what inspired me to be a Storytime creator, Storytime artist, if that makes sense. Hi Jackal, how you doing? Retro stuff is better than modern. Everyone says that. It's nostalgia. Although, in many cases, I would argue, yes, you're probably right. Because there was less reliance on computers and CGI and AI back then. Because you really had to think outside the box. Most people didn't have a computer back then. And you had to make practical effects. You couldn't just generate stuff on After Effects or CapCut. It wasn't an option. No one had that stuff. Return the slab or suffer my curse. So, wait, Courage mentioned?
Muriel, I'm hungry! Blah, blah, blah. Where's my chair?
Storytime isn't something that can be ripped off. It's something literally everyone does in a way. Right! And I feel like that would make Stormi unique again. Because if I keep doing furry advice, that doesn't make me unique anymore. It was unique years ago. But now everyone and their mother knows what a furry is, so it doesn't make a lot of sense for me to keep doing that. Especially since this has been my job for the last 8 years, you know? Like, what worked back then doesn't work now. Support for this channel has, like... if y'all can imagine what Tesla stock is like, it's pretty much like that. Although it really started, like, 3 years ago. So that's the best way I can describe it. It's just... It like, blew up in the worst way. Hence why I'm pretty much compelled to do something different. But it's not just that. It's also the fact that I've just been burned out for so long. And if I'm burned out, chances are y'all are burned out, okay? Do what makes you happy. True supporters will stay by your side. I do feel like you do pretty good with VA stuff.
Hello, who is it?
You're pretty good at impressions, Beavis.
Yeah, thanks, butthead.
I was talking to Stormi, dumbass. Anyway, bingo, I was never burnt in. Oh, I burnt my finger once when I was making ramen. That's another story. Can you do Kermit the Frog voice? Hello, Kermit the Frog here. I don't remember how to do Kermit's voice. I have to really remember that one. I have to really get a reference. I haven't done Kermit's voice in years. Anyway, it's just telling my life story. Maybe trying to find other people who think the same way I do. And as an added bonus, maybe my stories will inspire others. I mean, it's very clear that Chip Flick inspired me. It's very clear that Picari inspired me. Why not follow my ambition? Why not follow my heart? Why not? Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to like and subscribe. God. Anyway, I think about this stuff a lot, y'all. This is the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night. I'm like, are they gonna reject my new style of content? We're about to find out. If for anyone that saw my last video, the videos going forward are going to be a lot like that one. It's going to be a lot of philosophizing, you know, a lot of quick-witted humor here and there, a little bit of everything. It's no longer, I'm going to tell you what you need to do to get a free fursuit. And you, the answer is you can't get a free fursuit. There are no free rides. Sorry. Help! Why are you so good at this? Good at what? What are you talking about? I'm very confused. Could someone please explain to me what jackal means? I have no idea. I'm very confused on nomaton.com. I have no idea. I think about you a lot. Blep. I think about you more than you think about me. I bet I think about you more. Favorite Sonic game? Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania is still my favorite to this day. Let's see. Nothing is free. You pay for what you get. Usually. Not always. Usually. We're over halfway to the 2030s. I still think we're in 2019. Like, my brain cannot process everything that's happened. Time dilation, I guess, is the word. I think a lot. Don't think too much. Don't think too much. You hurt your brain. I tell myself that sometimes. Anyone remember the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? Yes, I do. Oh my god, I don't remember it that well. I just remember it being very slapsticky, if that makes sense. Get hired at Buc-ee's and be the beaver. Also, I meant voice impressions, but we got off topic. Oh, I can't do those voice impressions of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I can't do those. But I think about all this stuff a lot. So, while we're thinking about it, let's talk about something called anxiety. Now, how many of us have experienced anxiety? Every single one of you better say I have. Because I know. We've all gone through it. Everyone experiences anxiety from time to time. If you haven't, then you're lying to yourself. And you shouldn't lie to yourself. You deserve better than that. So, this one of my scripts, this video is still probably like a month out, but one of my videos is going to discuss anxiety and my battle with anxiety. And, well, how I'm dealing with it. So, I gave my anxiety a name. I called him Ashley. Ashley was someone that bullied me in school years and years and years ago. And I thought it was a fitting title because Ashley is a bully. They're like this voice in my head, and sometimes they get really, really loud if there's a lot on my mind. Okay? So, what I like to do is tell myself, Ashley, you know, I don't have to listen to you, right? You want to mess me up. You're trying to get a reaction out of me. So I tell Ashley, no, I ain't falling for your shit. Go bother someone else, okay? Like, go rickroll yourself or something. I don't know. So, giving an emotion a name and a personality is used in therapy. Yeah, I learned this from my therapist. So, I gave them a name, and I tried to compartmentalize them into this entity, if that makes sense. It seemed to work, kinda. I have these relapses here and there, but not as much as I used to. I'll explain this more in the script, but I don't want to spoil it too much, but yeah, anxiety can sometimes get so bad it just interferes with your routine, productivity, sleep, all of it. It's all connected. It's like the domino effect. I mean, what happens is you'll get stuck in a loop if it gets really, really bad, okay? And that happens to me a lot. And that's that's how I'm dealing with it. So that sounds like the premise for Inside Out. It kind of does, actually. Stormy, what country would you like to go to if you can? Canada. I'd love to go to Canada someday. Let's see. Or Japan. I'd like to visit Tokyo someday, actually. But I think about this stuff a lot. And we all have our own little demons to battle. We all go through problems. We all experience issues, and that's okay. None of us are perfect. Anyone that says they're perfect is lying and trying to get a reaction out of you. And ironically enough, is saying that because they have a problem. It's called projection. So don't ever be like, hey, I don't have any problems. I'm peachy keen. Everything is fine. Because you're trying to mask that. And sometimes we do have to mask our emotions, especially if we're at work. That's understandable. But, anyway, that's how I'm dealing with it. I'm compartmentalizing all this anxiety into its own entity. Sometimes she gets really loud. If I have a lot of stuff I have to do the next day, there's a 99% chance I'm going to forget to do at least one thing. Be it the dishes, remembering to make breakfast, remembering to call my accountant. That one happened a lot. Because I don't like to call people on the phone. None of us like to call people on the phone. It's just awkward. And sometimes the other side won't fully understand what you said. So they get irritated, and then I feel bad about that. And then I'm like, can I just email y'all? No, you can't email us! I'm like, I'm sorry you can't understand me. Your phone service sucks. It's not my end, it's y'all. Anyway. So, that's why I hate talking to people on the phone. We often can't understand each other. So, I'm as perfect as one of those SpongeBob popsicles. That doesn't mean I do it often. I have to go change my address at the post office. That's extremely random. I hate the phone calls. When I'm on the phone with someone important, I pretend to hear voices. You pretend to hear voices? What? Hello, Buck the cat. How you doing? So, let's go on another tangent, because that's what we do on these streams. We go all over the place. My eye is burning. That's not good. So, triple one. That doesn't work. The list will sometimes get so long that my mind panics and erases it or pretends I didn't see it. My mind will just completely forget what I saw. It blanks out. I am taking on way too much work for one person. But I feel like I have to survive. So, I think the problem is I put a lot of work into my content, but just because I'm proud of my work doesn't mean it will, pay bills. You can make something that the world has never seen before, and that doesn't mean it will succeed. It's a very bitter to swallow pillow. Pillow? We're swallowing pillows now, y'all. Very hard to swallow pill. Hello, Plimp. How you doing? So, I think about this stuff all the time. I wonder, you know what? Maybe I'm putting too much work into my content. Maybe I should be sloppy. That's what everyone else does. They just slap shit together and they call it job well done. I made a TikTok in 30 seconds and now it's paying my rent. I hate this timeline so much. I also don't really watch TikToks or shorts. I find them very mind-numbing. I almost feel like they're made for the purpose of, appealing to the senses in order to please the CEOs and whatnot. They're like, hey, you can get this video out real quick and we'll make money. And it's easy. Anyone can do it. Where, just being obnoxious is favored over, being creative. Being the loudest and most annoying is favored over someone who wrote an award-winning story. My brain hurts trying to figure this out. But I almost feel like it's a tale as old as time. Because anytime you try to introduce something new, people are going to be skeptical. They're going to feel like, I don't know, this is different. I don't like different. Be boring. Do more of the same. Stormi, what is this? Put the fursuit back on. I hate this. It's different. And do y'all see where I'm getting at now? So I think about this stuff all the time, and I worry that I'm getting too deep with it all, and maybe I should stop talking about it. But at the same time, it just feels good to get it out. Why not try something new? Why make more of the same? I just don't understand. I wish I understood. I don't understand. I guess it's that feeling of familiarity, of routine. And sometimes that sells more than trying something new. Just now getting here, was eating dinner. Hi Ryan, how you doing? Gimmick and sensationalism unfortunately get all attention. Well, see, that stuff doesn't work on me because I'm old. And I need to take my ibuprofen. That's the other thing. What happened to all the millennials? Where did y'all go? It's like, I woke up one day and y'all just poof from the internet. Y'all hiding. Why are y'all hiding? Please come out. I feel very lonely out here. More of the same is not a worthwhile demographic to pander to. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. It's just, I could do more of the same. I could do fan mail 927 and try to find another place to put the same Sonic figure that someone sent me 7 times. I have a lot of duplicates now, y'all. That's the other thing. That's kind of why I don't do a lot of mail vids anymore. I'm getting a lot of the same stuff, and you know, it's the thought that counts. That's what's important. It's the thought that counts. But at the same time, what do I do? How do I react? There's only so many ways to say, wow, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, this is so adorable. Thank you so much. I have to start keeping a thesaurus on hand. I'm pretty sure most millennials want to travel. I want to travel, but I ain't got the money for that. Quality's hard at the beginning, but pays in the end. Change is also difficult, but essential. I send Proots. Been here all along. We millennials keep the lights on. Sure as hell isn't the boomers maintaining the internet backbone. You got that right. Furries make the internets go, y'all. That is actually no joke. Furries do in fact make the internets go. So it's trying something new, and I'm always like living in fear that like maybe y'all will reject what I do long term. What if the algorithm rejects it? You know, furry is so overblown and popular now. Like, in general, it's not this niche underground thing anymore. It is so close to like being a fully mainstream on thing now. Even though some would argue fandom's not mainstream. I don't know about that. If it ain't mainstream, it's pretty damn close. Just saying. So, I mean, I hear about furries like every 5 seconds now. It's inescapable. Everyone knows someone that's a furry. I said that time and time again because it's true. What would have happened if anyone that doesn't want to make a chance like this keep working the same job for years? They'll be stagnate. They will never progress. They will never progress. And you can't keep doing the same thing over and over expecting a different result. It doesn't work like that. And I was doing that for about 3 years. A lot of the burnout started to settle in around 2021, around there. And I started to question how much longer I wanted to keep doing this. So I was like, alright, we're not totally out yet. There's still a few more things we can talk about. You know, what your persona says about you, part 73, so on and so forth. So I pushed a little more, and then the reality struck. I was burned out, and I was running out of things to talk about. So whenever that started to hit, I got really scared. And I looked into Twitch, and I was like, okay, this is neat. You know, a lot of people seem to have fun here. I'm not much of a gamer, but, you know, it's worth a try. So I gave Twitch a try. Started doing Twitch part-time. Here we are in 2025. I now stream on Twitch 3 times a week. Sometimes 4 or 5. So that's where I'm at now. I have this chaotic gremlin personality I've developed on Twitch, and people seem to like it. I'm not popular on Twitch, but we have fun. We have a small crowd. I'm no whiskey dingo, but, you know, I do my own thing. I have my own style. Maybe my style is a little too much for some. I think about that, too. Like, sometimes I feel like I have to tone things down, but for me, being able to push all those buttons that are programmed, that's what makes it so much fun. It's not the game that I'm playing. It's just being able to be a silly doggo on the internet. Kind of like what I did with Fursuiting, except now I'm doing it with a VTuber. So, it's a lot on my brain. Sometimes, like, am I doing it too much? Am I doing too little? I sometimes have people show up and they'll be like, this is not a chill stream. I'm like, yeah. Do cows go moo? Fine line to remaining off your authentic self and conforming to trends and fads to stay relevant. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's so difficult to strike that note. And I don't know where I am on it right now. I might be in the Grand Canyon at this point. I might be so far to that one side that I'm screwed. So, I don't know. I think about this stuff all the time, you know. I feel like I'm working really hard in all the wrong places. Gordon Ramsay would call me a busy idiot. That would mean I'm not lazy, but I'm working in the wrong places. A busy idiot. Harley says, maybe it'd help to seek career opportunities outside of YouTube. Like someone said earlier, you'd probably make a good VA. I don't know anyone. I don't have any connections. I just kind of do my own thing. I thought about putting together a reel, but where do I market it? Where do I promote it? I don't use Twitter anymore. I hate that place. So I just don't know. I don't know. I think everything has changed way too damn much, if I'm going to be frank. Okay, now I'm going to be Stormi. So, what do y'all think about this mess, this debacle that I'm in? I don't know. My voice really hurts. Ugh. I've been thinking about how dark my persona's lore should be. I think it should be incredibly dark and disturbing. Like Shadow the Hedgehog? Blueski? God damn it, Stormi! Twitter feels like jealousy in comparison. Blue Sky is the way to go. Yeah, I use Blueski. I'm on Blueski a lot. So, what will happen with Stormi? What will happen with this channel? We don't know. It's the fear of not knowing. The fear of the unknown is something most of us have. It's okay to be scared of the future. It's okay to be afraid of not knowing what's to happen. But it's not okay to let that fear consume you. And I let it consume me a lot. Ashley vored me. I had to make one terrible joke somewhere, okay? Yeah, so... if there was a quote bot, I would add that. Yeah. Well, hello, Summerjacks. How you doing? I do think that, like, as I move into these stories, you know, some of them may not be entirely relevant to younger audiences. They might be more for the millennial side. They might be for older Zoomers, you know. I think that's what's going to happen. I have to do what makes me happy. I can't force myself to do trends anymore. Because most trends don't even apply to me. It comes off as very cringe if I do that. And cringe in a bad way. Where I'm just like pretending to be cool to fit in. But if you're pretending to be cool, people are going to see right through you. Like a GIF file. A transparent GIF. Did you attempt the stories with RFID? I did. I already did a video on that. And YouTube likes to suppress it because for some reason it's a sensitive topic, which I call bullshit on. But yeah, that was one of my most enjoyable scripts, and y'all seem to really like it. That makes me happy. So that's kind of where we're going. That right there is the best example of the type of storytelling we're going towards. Or I talk about all the unfortunate events, mishaps, and, things I've experienced through life and things I think about. So I don't think we'll run out of content anytime soon. I might even share an opinion piece or two. But for the most part, it's just going to be stories. My worry right now, two worries. One, how will y'all react? Two, how can I get on a normal schedule? Because right now, y'all probably notice it's taking me a while to get stuff done. And there's a reason for that. I'm exhausted all the time. I'm streaming on Twitch all the time to help pay my bills. I've honestly thought about just streaming my actual work live for y'all to see what I'm doing. I think it's going to come down to that, just because I have so little time in the day. So I don't have a shortage of content. I have a shortage of time management. And the fear of okay, they like it, but does everyone else like it? Probably not. You can't please everyone all the time. You can please some people some of the time, but you can't please everyone all the time. I think that's how that expression goes. You can't please someone. You can please some people some of the time, but you can't please everyone all of the time. Am I remembering this correctly? I don't know. Anyway. I need to get this off. I'm really, really thirsty, y'all. Give me just a second, okay? I can feel my tongue sticking to the roof of my mouth. That means I'm very dehydrated. So y'all give me just a moment here as I do the thing. Oh, it's a good track. I like this one. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, stop singing, Stormi. So let me get this off. Let me switch right here. Okay, there we go. And is it this one? Okay, it's this one. There we go. Oh God! Ugh. Yeah. Okay. God said, "Let me have arms." Okay, there we go. Fuck, I really am dehydrated. I feel woozy. Ugh. Oh. Hi, Featherfoot. How you doing? How you doing? Oh yeah, Purple Eye Stormi is now canon. I don't know if y'all knew about that, but that is a change. That is a very recent change to my persona, is my purple eye. No more blue eye. So it's purple and brown eyes now. Still heterochromia, but hey, Fernier, not a note. But I'm gonna open up this banana here. Anyway, get this back up. I'm eating banana. Imagine Stormi is in Newt. Not a Newt. Minnesota Vikings eyes. What? Stormi the Viking? I don't know about that one. Though the brown eye has pretty much become yellow and gold nowadays. I like how we never fully settled on my right eye color. It's always brown or yellow or orange. Just make it red at this point. Stormi lore? The Stormi lore is definitely changing. That's something else I forgot to mention. Unfortunately, I can't just paint purple eye on my fursuit. Unfortunately, I can't just revise the eye on my fursuit head. I'd have to consult with Aussie Studios on that one, and that's going to be a very expensive fix, so I may honestly just leave it as it is. It's only a subtle change. People know it's Stormi regardless of if it's a purple or blue eye. You know what I mean? Why are my lips so dry? Oh my god. I hate this weather. Ugh. It's so damn dry outside. It sucks. I hate this. I don't live in a desert. What's going on? Ryan says the purple owl. The purple owl. The purple owl. The purple the purple eye I'm all for, I say as my own tiger son has purple eyes. The thun sucks.
Yeah, really.
I have problems. Anyway. I forgot what I was talking about. I don't think it was important. I'm very delirious right now. I don't think that was obvious, but I'm very out of it. Kiddo Dragon Fox, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kiddo says, Kiddo's wife here. My uncle has the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban at the zoo. My uncle has the heart of a lion and a lifetime ban at the zoo. I'm confused. This is another riddle that went way over my head. I don't get it. I don't get it. He took the heart from a lion. Oh, my uncle has the heart of a lion. I'm done. I'm done. That's the worst one you've spouted in weeks. Kiddo, thank you so much. The super chat. Oh my god. I forgot to brush my teeth. Great. That's why I feel icky. Hello, Dragon Boy. How you doing? You seem much more at home as your VTuber. I am much more at home as VTuber. In my first hit, I feel like I'm suffocating, and I'm only there to look pretty, and that's it. Nothing that I say in my first hit really seems to matter. If I speak through my VTuber, my words are heard. And people are more interested in the words rather than the floppy ears, which floppy ears are nice, but there's more to Stormi than just floppy ears. But hello, Minty. How you doing? I think you're prettier outside a suit. I think you need to get your eyes checked. Anyway. Yeah, the talking carpet was distracting. How was it distracting me? How is my fursuit distracting? Now this I'm interested in. Hello, Jerry. How you doing? How goes all the things? Can confirm Stormi looks good IRL. Hey, don't listen to Al, don't listen to Blep. They don't know what they're talking about. They both need to get their eyes checked. Anyway, because I am 30 or 40 years old, and I do not have to deal with this, okay? I do not have to deal with this. Anyway, put this back up. I'll blahage you for that. Hang on, we're getting blahaged. Fursuits aren't carpets. Speen doesn't work. I'm sorry. Yes, Speen doesn't work. That's because I don't have my Sammy board open. My YouTube layout is a lot more simple. Is a lot more condensed, if that makes sense. Which is kind of a good thing for in my case, because I get tired of keeping up with so much crap. I'm past the 30-40 thing and at a point where I don't let much bug me. Okay, kiddo, that was a good one. It would be nice if I had a VTuber version of me. Matt, you need to stop that. Do not Nickelodeon me. Quit that. Anyway, you look fit and you got them logs. Logs? I'm not made of wood. Now you're confusing me on purpose. Ugh. Anyway, I'm not really sure what else to discuss. I kind of went in without a plan tonight because I've been so busy with other stuff. It's really difficult to, like, change gears from Twitch to YouTube all the time. Because I can't bring my Twitch site over here. It would quite literally just be too much. I'm having fried rice for dinner. Nice. I want some rice. Egg fried rice. Anyway, word of the day: extemporaneous. Extinct. Extinct is when you Febreze the room. Extinct that. Extemporaneous. I have no idea what that word means. Hi, and aren't you a wolf and a fox hybrid? Well, no. But actually, yes. And now I never left 2012. So, eggs are expensive. Yeah, everything sucks farts right now. I hate it. Stormi is a shapeshifter. They're whatever they want to be. They're whatever y'all want them to be. Stormi is just me. I am Stormi. So, I'm just here. I'm just here for the ride. So, yeah. Thank y'all so much for coming to my TED Talk. This is a Mario Kart track, isn't it? What is Tidal playing? Okay, it just went to another playlist entirely. You know what? Go with it. Go with it. I like this track more anyway. Just go with it. Go with it. Until I get copyright struck, of course. Because Tidal wants to go to other playlists now. It doesn't want to stick with Stream Beats anymore. It has a mind of its own. Bless it. We need a Waluigi's pinball. That would be funny. It's a remix of Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island athletic theme. I still haven't played that one. Nintendo or Sega? Well, Genesis does what Nintendo don't, so obviously Sega. So, story time, Stormi. Stormi time. That's the goal for this channel now, is to just progress into story content. Because there's nothing else left to discuss with that blasted fursuit. I shouldn't say that. I love fursuiting, but only really around friends at this point. Fursuiting solo is depressing, especially when it's for content. Kiddo, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kiddo says, Kiddo's wife here. Kiddo asked me to stop loudly singing Wonderball to him. I said maybe. Wonderwall. Kiddo's wife here. Kiddo asked me to stop loudly singing Wonderwall to him. I said maybe. You wonder? I think there's something really wrong with my brain tonight, because that's the fourth pun you said where the joke went way over my head. Do you think Yoshi is a guy or a gal? Yoshi is Yoshi. Yoshi is genderless as far as I'm concerned. Kato, I'm so sorry, that one went way over my head. But yeah, I'm very out of it right now. I'm so out of it, it hurts. I'm about to take some Excedrin to see if that helps. You're my Wonderwall. Is that a song? You're gonna be the one. This must be a song. I've never heard of this song. Anyway. Sing along achievement unlocked. Yeah, I don't know that song. I'm sorry. I don't know that song. I do know I need to eat my bananas. Stormi, what do you mean? Well, I didn't know rock lobster. I didn't know that one. I'm still a little uncultured, okay? You're a millennial, you don't know Wonderwall? I bet I'll recognize the melody if I heard it. I was not a lyrics person back then. But now y'all got me curious. Let me see. I'm not gonna play it on stream, but... yeah. This is not ringing any bells. I don't know who this is. Video, the story of snow being a myth. I mean, I did post a video on that where I interviewed Snow, but it's for members only. It's for members only. And patrons. So, sorry. I might make it public someday. We'll see. Posted 11 years ago. Wonderwall. Yeah, I don't know this video at all. I don't know this song at all. Hi, Tavi. How you doing? How you doing? What's your favorite fruit? Watermelon, by far. Burke says, I don't know Wonderwall either. Well, see, I don't know Wonderwall. I don't know Rock Lobster. I'm sure there's another popular millennial song that I missed out on. Hi, Cosmic Wolf. How you doing? How you doing? And it's okay. Y'all can make fun of me for that. I'm cool with that. Goes well. TFF badge roundup time. I almost forgot about TFF. Yeah, I'm only doing ACFI and Stratosphere. Only because I got invited, so... That's the other thing. Furry conventions, I wish I could go to more, but I think they're kind of a thing of the past now for me. They're just so unaffordable. I don't know where everyone's getting all this money to go to these cons. Unless they're all rooming like sardines. Like they're just cramming themselves in a sardine can. 20 people in a room. That wouldn't really surprise me. But I wouldn't want a room like that personally. Now that's just my opinion. Your opinion may vary, and that's okay. So I don't know how people afford these large cons anymore. Unless they have a wealthy inheritance, a really good job, or they're rooming with 20 other people, or they just happen to be local. It's those. Because I can't afford any of that. I feel like I'm missing a big piece of the puzzle here. Selling their soul. Yeah. God, I used to be in such a great position years ago, y'all. I almost bought my first house. It was going that well. And we held back on it because we weren't really sure where we wanted to move. So it never really happened. But it almost did. I was so close to signing the paperwork, but I was just like, maybe this isn't the best idea yet. Maybe we need to wait a little while and just figure out where we want to go. And then COVID happened, and well, the rest is history. Yeah. I still wish I was doing well. Not anymore. But I was in a good place back then. And really, it was just me doing what I do now, except I was in fursuit the whole time. So my channel was like really just like going off back then. And I really couldn't go to a single con without getting stopped every 2 seconds. It was a surreal time. It was a surreal experience. Of course, nowadays I'm kind of old and forgotten in the past, but hey, the point is we have those memories. You know? It's the memories that count. It's the experience that counts. It's the fact that it even happened to begin with. I could have ended up in a much worse spot. And I should be thankful that I got as far as I did. You know? I think a lot of people left because they got bored. Not because... well, maybe there might be another reason for that. They weren't too happy with me coming out. That's another thing. But I think most left because, you know, they got bored. And not of me, but of the furry fandom as a whole. And that's okay. And then we have the newer generation of furries that, to be frank, they're into the short, sassy, quick-witted, low attention span content. And I don't do that. I don't make low attention span content. I don't find it fulfilling. I find it very depressing. Because it almost feels like I'm just a cog in the wheel if I start making TikToks. And that's not to condemn anyone that makes TikToks or shorts. There are some very creative artists out there. It's just, for my style of content, I need more than 2 seconds to explain my point. I'm very detailed. I'm very analytical. and everyone else wants sensory content, and I'm sorry, I'm 30 or 40 years old. I just don't get into that. Seems like the younger generation of furries are obsessed with drama. That's always been a thing. The furry drama thing is tale as old as time. It's just more visible now because of social media, but at the same time, I would have to agree. So, I guess I'm just bored of all that because it's the same story over and over again. You can always predict what'll happen, and it's like the same book I read last week. Just a slightly altered ending. Any YouTubers you watch? One off the top of my head that I love to watch is Ashens. The way he, like, nitpicks at stuff that he gets, like, through AliExpress or whatever, and he just sort of, like, analyzes it and reviews it. And he does it in such a hilarious way. It's the way he words everything. He's very quick-witted. I get that potassium in y'all. Whereas, I love to tell stories. I like to do voice acting. I don't like to, follow trends because a lot of trends I don't really understand them, or they're not really relevant to me. Occasionally I'll find something like, wow, okay, that's kind of funny. But just memeing and whatnot, it's so hard for me to, like, relate to anymore because I've gotten bored of it. I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier. After you do the same thing for so long, you get bored. And I feel like my attention span hasn't gotten shorter. It's gotten longer. Whereas everyone else has gotten shorter. So try to figure out that one. Because I can't. I have no idea. I've been a furry for about 9 years now. I don't see myself leaving it anytime soon. Though I do tire the drama areas of it. I left Twitter for the most part because that's part of why I left Twitter. The other part is it's just a terrible place to promote my content because everything gets suppressed. Look at it as a sign of sophistication. I'm not exactly sophisticated. I don't have a bachelor's degree or anything like that. My stereotypes are Arctic wolf, snow leopard, Arctic fox, atlas moth, and golden silk orb weaver spider. That is quite a few. But the nearest FurCon is Denver from your proximity? I see comments on videos like, I only watched 3 minutes. That's sad. It's because of what they're exposed to growing up. Because they get introduced to the internet almost immediately. And I think that's really messed up because it's affecting your imagination development, your ability to learn, to reason, just for any type of logic, rationale, let alone critical thinking skills. They don't get a chance to develop because your mind is just pretty much assaulted by this sensory information over and over and over again. Think like Cocomelon and whatnot. That's just nothing but sensory content. You're not learning anything from that. It's not like the Days of Sesame Street. It's just sensory content. It's literal garbage. And it's awful. So, TFN says, hey Stormi, do you watch any VTubers? Oh yes, I watch Sebi. Sebi Espresso, he's a newt on Twitch. He's not really a newt, but he actually is a newt. He's a newt in denial, so. I've never really had any motivation to take up content creation as a career, and I feel like that it helps keep me from getting burnt out on it. I'm just here for the sake of being here. I had to get into content creation almost by force. Okay, this track is a little much. There we go. That's better. I almost had to get into it by force. So, as far as work is concerned for me, I've been self-employed almost my entire adult life. And not because I wanted to, but because, employers don't like me very much. And to this day, I'm not really sure why. So let's go back to the past. Let's go back to the late 2000s, where, I'm old enough to get a job and I can't seem to find one. And that was kind of a normal back then because, the recession and whatnot. And so I sent in my application one after another, never heard back, aside from Domino's for some reason. So I just kept sending in one application after another. This took about 3 or 4 years, by the way, until I got an interview. And it was a panel interview. I was sitting in front of 8 people. They were all staring at me. You can imagine the anxiety just emanating from me that whole time. I was sweating. I probably reeked because my car had no AC and it was summertime, so I was already drenched when I got out, unfortunately. And I had something like 5 or 6 interviews at the same place. Each one was a rejection. And the only answer they could give me, and this was after a ton of prying with the people on the phone, was that my interview score was too low. They couldn't tell me what I said wrong. They couldn't really go into detail. They just said, it's too low. You'll have to try something else. Sorry. And I was livid after about the 3rd or 4th time, but I kept going. It was for an apprenticeship, I think, of some sort. I don't even remember. It's been so long. So after that, I tried stuff like, housekeeping and whatnot. I just went back to like, I pretty much loaded my resume and job application into a machine gun. I was like, pew, 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 just sending it everywhere and anywhere. I mean, like thousands. And eventually, I had a family friend who put in a good word for me for a job at a casino where I did valet. Basically, drive cars around all day and park them. So I went to that interview, got there, and there was like 30 people. I was like, what's going on here? So I sit down, and it is a stage interview where you have to get up and sell something on stage. And whoever's the most convincing gets the job. I am not kidding. What the hell does this have to do with parking some old Toyota? I was so angry. I was just like, what am I doing wrong here? I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone. So when it was my turn to get up and sell a product, I had a pretty good joke in my head. And then I spouted it out. I did my spiel. I don't remember what it was, but I put on my TV announcer voice and everything, and I was so proud of myself after that. I was like, yes, I've got this. I get to show off my skills. So I got on stage and I sold something, and I thought it was really funny in my head, and no one laughed. They just all stared at me. They were like, what's wrong with this person? So I just sat down, and it was at that point I knew I wasn't getting the job. So someone else got up, and it was their turn, and they were like making references to Kim Kardashian or something, and everyone laughed except for me, because I was like, I don't care about Kim Kardashian. This isn't funny. But they thought it was funny. So it was then that I learned that getting a job means you have to be neurotypical as all hell. You cannot be weird. You cannot deviate from the line. You have to be, quote unquote, normal. And I stomped out of there. I had my bitter road rage, and I just felt like, you know what, there's no chance. Why am I even trying this? So I stopped applying for jobs for a while. And this was around the time I was really getting into video editing as a hobby. It was just something I did for fun. So I was editing a friend's content. Not a friend. More like friend. We were never friends, actually. It was acquaintances at best. So there was this really famous YouTuber at the time. I'm not going to say their name because, one, it represents a different Stormi, a different me, and two, I don't really align with that person's values anymore. So what I did, I would edit their content and then I would like upload it. I would put my own spin on it. It was just something I did for fun. And they noticed. They were like, whoa, bro. Like, great job. Here, you want to make some money on this? So I signed a contract and I got to edit their vids for fun. Well, not really for fun. They started paying me. So that was my first unofficial job, was editing videos. And this went on for about 3 or 4 years. Some months I didn't get paid much of anything. Other months were big. So it wasn't stable. But for once I could say, I have a job. So the other thing was I could only do it a few hours a week because I didn't have much to work with at the time. It was just something I did for fun at first. So, it was at this point I was like, okay, let's keep doing this. Still send out one job resume after another. And then I got a call on the phone. It was from a housekeeping position. And they wanted me to come in for an interview. And they got straight to the point. They were like, hey, so what do you think about working here 2 days a week? So I was like, I'd love to. So you'd be scrubbing toilets and, you know, mopping floors and whatnot. We'll pay you this amount. I think it was like minimum wage. And I was like, I will take it. I was like, congrats, you're hired. So I finally got my first quote unquote normal job after about 6 years of searching. I was more excited about the fact that I actually got hired rather than the pay. I was just like, so I'm not entirely broken after all. It only took thousands of applications to make it that far. So, yeah, I had a job, and this was what happened? Eventually, I got laid off like 2 years later because the business closed. So I was like, well, shit, that sucks. But you know what? Nothing lasts forever. So it was time to keep on keeping on, you know? So I went back to the video editing gig, which I was still doing anyway, but that went on for about 3 more years, give or take, but it was starting to dry out too. So I was like, oh dear, this is not good. So I had this dry period for a while where I had nothing to do, and it really sucked. Where I was just like having to go to food pantries and all, wondering how much longer my grandma would let me live there, and I'm like, does it get better? I don't know. So I finally lucked out. With another gig that I got through a friend. I worked for a tech startup, and my job was to write documentation. I was I can't remember the position, but they gave me a manager position. They didn't give me manager pay though. I didn't get paid all that much, but I had another job, and it lasted a while. I had to write documentation. I did narration. So technically I was doing voice acting at the time. So when that was over, because I did get laid off because, no, I didn't get laid off. I quit because they stopped paying me. And I was angry. They wanted me to work for free. And I was not going to do that. So that was around the time that I started doing stuff on YouTube, like as Stormi. That was around the time I got my fursuit. And I was like, hey, One of my friends, God, what was her name? It's been so long. A friend suggested I make a Patreon page. Do y'all see where I'm getting at now? We're kind of getting close to the current Stormi arc. If y'all have been following along, if y'all been paying attention, hopefully. So this is around the time my new YouTube channel started taking off, and I had to close down the editor channel because it's just it started to become like a hassle. We started to have disagreements and whatnot, so I just stopped doing it, and it wasn't really paying anything anymore. So when we got to that point, I'm trying to remember, this music is really distracting. When we got to that point, this was around the time that I learned about Majira, and Majira shared my channel on his channel. And it was at that point that things... Oh, I've never seen any YouTube channel grow that fast. I got thousands of subscribers in one day. I think it was around 3,000 or 4,000 in one day that I got. I just... Oh my god. It was unreal. It was like... I felt like I was like in a dream for a second. Because Stormi was me. And I was somehow getting quote-unquote famous, if you want to call it that. Me famous, you need to stop. I think the chat window crashed. Hang on. Yep, my chat window crashed. Y'all give me just a second, y'all. I can't see the chat. It crashed. Thanks, Firefox. Y'all give me just a moment here. Let's try this. Okay, go here. Control V. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So, going back. Going back to my life story. Yeah. The channel blew up. And, I started a Patreon sometime after that. A friend told me to start a Patreon. I felt kind of bad about that. I was like, Patreon's not gonna help me. No one's gonna pay. No one's gonna pay to support my content. That never happens. I was very skeptical, and I thought it was a waste of time. But I had 3 or 4 friends kept hounding me to do it. I'm like, oh my god, fine, I'll make the Patreon. So I did. It was at that point, the first week, $700. Y'all, I about... Oh my god. I was like, this can't be real. This can't be happening. And no, it was happening. And it didn't stop. I started doing the streams. It kept adding up. I was reaching a point in my life where I could, go on a new adventure. I was just... I got to fix my car finally. I was able to move because the area that we lived in was becoming pretty dangerous at the time, and our house had mold, so we left. And after that, well, here I am. That's kind of where I'm at now. The channel did well for a while, but now we're like, plummeting. Does that make sense? The line went up, and now the line goes down. The bell curve. Every channel goes through this. How do I overcome that bell curve? I don't know. No idea. I feel like I'm kind of going a little too deep for most people to understand, but it's okay. I talk to myself a lot, and this is the kind of stuff I say to myself. So, anyone that's still listening, I appreciate it. This discussion might be too deep for some, actually, now that I think about it. But it's okay. It's alright. Anyway, yeah, there's my life story. There's my life story. Now y'all know. What comes next? I don't know. It's a really scary thought. Because, I've always had a hard time getting, like, any kind of regular job at all. That's why I push content creation so hard. Because it's all I know. It's like SpongeBob. All he knows is fine dining and breathing. So... Gerudo Desert Theme. Yes. Or Gerudo. I don't remember how to pronounce them. I'm here just keeping an eye on chat as part of my job. I appreciate it, Ryan. So, what do y'all think of my little tale? Did I make the right decision? Should I have done something else? This is a question mostly towards those that have been listening. If you just walked in, you probably don't really know what we're talking about, and that's okay. When Stormi said valet, I thought she said ballet. Oh my god. No, I mean valet. Parking people's cars in a busy garage. Rage, can I have some of that mac and cheese? Hello, Micro, how you doing? So, did I make the right decision? Hi, Toa, how you doing? Did I make the right decision? Should I have done something else? Sleepy Oat says, I feel like you made the right decision. I can't help with content creation. My channel has gone nowhere. I made the right decision, but am I making the right decision now? What did housekeeping involved? So basically, I just cleaned them all. That's all I did. I cleaned them all. It was a very easy job. Very laid back. Everyone knew everyone. Some of the coworkers didn't like me very much because they were, like, very apprehensive to the new person. Which I guess is understandable, because they've been there for years and years and years and years and years. And they're like, ugh, a new person threatening my precious position as the street sweeper? I don't think so. So... Harley says, yeah, YouTube is definitely the sort of thing that inevitably fizzles out after a while. But maybe you can get a job related to what you've been doing here, like video editing. That's the other thing. Anyone can edit videos now. It's super easy. And for those that don't want to learn, they push that dreaded AI button. So, it's sad but true in my opinion. I mean, after 2022, I spent 2 years doing nothing, just laying in bed. Then I got a job at Menards. I've been to Menards a few times. It's a lovely store. I like how everything's green in Menards. Kiddo says, I've been in my job for 23 years. Damn! There have been a number of times of transforming myself. Yeah, it's scary, but it usually turns out pretty good. Are people going to accept this new Stormi, or are they going to panic and go to someone else? I don't know. There's a lot of furry trends that I understand why they're trends, but it's not something I can get into. Let's talk about the boy kisser meme for a second, y'all. I already got comfortable with myself years and years ago. So, boy kisser isn't really relevant to me anymore. And that's just one of the many furry trends that don't really resonate with me because I've just done it for so long now. A lot of what makes fandom content popular is cute fursuit and Protogen furry ooh woo meme number 37. So it really gets to me a lot. It makes me feel like there's something really wrong with me. So I think this new Stormi is chill. I like her. You wouldn't like Twitch Stormi. Twitch Stormi is chaotic. The reason I'm so chaotic on Twitch is because that's where I get to release all my energy. It's where I get to have all the fun. So, storytelling Stormi is where we're going. I guess the key now is how can I get content out faster? I can write a script in like 3 days now. I've gotten pretty good at it. used to take me like weeks, and now it's like 2-3 days, and I'm done. Stormi plus caffeine was Twitch. Caffeine makes me Twitch. I have problems. I'm honestly used to YouTube and Twitch chaotic Stormi. Huh. Let's see. I need something to drink. Where's my water? So, this kind of discussion does make me a little emotional sometimes, though. It's just because it makes me miss what I used to do. I miss going to cons and just like feeling that vibe. Feeling like I knew someone. I don't know anyone at cons now. It's scary. And it just makes me wonder, what did I do? What happened? What changed? Did I get old? Well, yes. Yes, I did. All the videos on my channel are completely unedited because I don't know how to... Okay. Do what feels right. Do what feels right. I'm trying. So, maybe what I should do is let go if things don't pan out. Not a good time for me to become emotional. Maybe that's what I should do. Just let go and move on if things don't pan out. By that I mean, just getting rid of Stormi. Just sell the fursuits. Just get rid of it all. But I wouldn't sell Stormi as like their image. I would just get rid of the fursuits. Which, yes, that would help with my goals a little bit, but it's not going to get me entirely out of that because I'm too deep in the hole. Sells games to buy the suit. Oh, Al, you're a sweetheart. Yeah. But Micro, that's what we're doing. What we're going to do is... Well, we are doing something new with the storytelling. But if it doesn't pan out, if it doesn't get me out of the hole, then I let go. Will it work? I don't know. YouTube as a whole was just different back then. It wasn't just the fandom that was different. It was YouTube as a whole. Content creation as a whole was different back then. Everything wasn't like constantly in your face. Now everywhere we go, it's an ad. Everywhere we go, it's some corporation out there trying to market to us. Kiddo Dragonfox, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. It's Kiddo's wife here. I confronted a mime today. He did unspeakable things. I hate that. I hate it. Kiddo, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. The frequency of YouTube ads today is insane. I've had premium for a while now. I never realized how bad they've gotten until I saw content without my premium, and it was awful. It's not just the frequency of the ads. It's how often, it's not just the frequency of the ads, but the ads themselves. They use that stupid AI voice. Radio Shack doesn't want you to know about this technique. I miss Radio Shack. Or AutoZone doesn't want you to... They always pick that same voice. Why? I don't know. Good lord. They fade out videos for ads now too. That's sad. Ads pay. There's a reason I don't enable ads on my streams. I don't enable ads because I want people to get a chance to jump in right away. That is the reason. The ad revenue I would even get from these streams is negligible. Hardly would exist. So that's why I don't turn them on. Now, for some of my other videos, I do kind of leave them on because it adds up a little bit, but my rev ain't that great. It's enough to maybe cover a cheap lunch per month, and that's it. Yeah. See, Ryan, yeah, they have a serious problem with that. It's really disappointing. But I guess going back to what I was talking about, it's just, if I don't succeed this year, maybe I just let go. Maybe I let go and start anew. Maybe, like, make a new persona. Maybe it's not even furry. Maybe it's just someone that reads stories they see on the internet. The Reddit storytellers, oh my god. What is it, Nightmind that does that stuff? Would I even have the voice for something like that? I don't know. Have you played Pokemon? Yes, I have. It's been a long time since I got into Pokemon, but yes. Matt, you'll know. We're not at that point yet. I'm talking about end of the year. I'm giving myself till the end of the year to, like, get out of the hole and get things back to where they were. It's March right now. We have a lot of time, okay? We have a lot of time until then. But it's still, like, time that I have to take advantage of. Which is why I'm going to be streaming almost every day on Twitch next month. But I will also be streaming here at my usual schedule. That will not change. It's gonna be a simulcast where you, like, stream on both Twitch and YouTube. I don't remember the right word, but you can do that now. Like, Twitch TOS will let you do that. So I'm gonna be streaming on both sites during the subathon. I will be editing my content live on the subathon. I will be writing scripts on the subathon. Y'all probably get to see me cook at some point, because I'm going to be streaming, like, pretty much every day. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. It's going to drain me. But I got to do it. As much as I can, anyway. Yeah. It just puts me in a bad position. I'm in a rough spot. Can we help with the edits? Absolutely. If y'all think y'all can, go for it. Can't do worse than K. Hi, people. I'm back again. Oofa doofa. Story time sounds interesting. I'm really eager to share tales with y'all. There's a lot I have to say. I have one script finished and another in queue right now. And at least 3 others I'm thinking of as I speak. So I'm not out of ideas. I'm out of successful ideas. I don't know. These ideas might still succeed. It's okay. Let's just pretend that for a second we have this furry content creator. We'll call them, I don't know, what's a stereotypical furry name? Wolfie the Wolf Max 3000. Okay, we'll just call him that. And what they do is make furry content with their fursuit, okay? And their content is like, I told my parents I'm a furry. I went to Walmart in fursuit. I did this, I did that. And it takes off because they're doing all this outrageous nonsense that, quite frankly, is overdone. So let's say they do that for a while and they suddenly change gears into storytelling. But not storytelling where they do stuff in fursuit. Storytelling where they talk about the time they got lost at Disney World. Or the time they had an accident. Or the time they, it's a good story that I'm working on. Or the time they broke the family computer. Or the time Sonic changed their life. Will that be nearly as interesting? I don't know. That's the question. We don't know how it's gonna work. I did break 7 PlayStations. I actually mentioned part of that in the next script. I keep up with a certain few folks in the fandom because of their storytelling. So, will I succeed doing this? I don't expect my vids to get millions of views. There's always that inherent furry bias. Like, furry bad! I'm not watching this! Furry bad! And it's usually someone that got grounded from the Xbox. Y'all know I'm right. So, with that, it's almost like a penalty you have to take. If you tell a story with the furry VTuber or the fursuit versus telling a story with some animated humanoid that you made up one day, you know, you have to take that penalty if you use the persona. Your videos have been going up lately. I haven't even been checking them. It just makes me upset to look at those metrics now. They're bad. I haven't checked them in a while though. So it's just a matter of figuring out how they'll perform. The heck with clickbait. Be authentic. That carries a lot of weight. That's the other thing. You almost have to be clickbaity now. That's the accepted style. That's the thing that gets people's attention. And I hate it. But there's a reason why everyone does it. It sucks. But what am I to do? I'm not going to do clickbaity thumbnails that much. It's more like the next thumbnail is probably going to be a really cursed picture of Stormi next to a computer that's on fire. But that's not clickbait, because I did break a computer, several of them. So that's where we're going. I really need help if I'm to like do shorts on the side, because I just don't have that much capacity anymore. I'm doing everything. And a lot of these other big YouTubers, they have editors. They have assistants. Pretty sure even Beta has editors and assistants. I am going solo. And I have been solo for so long. And now my channel has gone so low. Sorry, that was a bad joke. I dislike the video when it's clickbait. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to do the face. Or, you know, like, I turned a T-Rex into so-and-so. Cops called. Blah, blah, blah. Years ago, I actually had computer components physically burst into flame. Me too. Me too. Anyway. I'm not really sure what else to say, but it really did feel good getting this all out. Like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Being that it is Friday, the next video should actually be out next weekend, because all I have to do is record and edit it now, and I've gotten a lot faster with editing these days. So, hopefully that will be out next weekend. It really should be. There's no excuse why I shouldn't have it out next weekend. So be on the lookout for that new story video. Do y'all watch any other story channels at all? Anyone y'all could think of? Clickbait should only be used if it's truly something eye-catching, not just to get attention and be typical. Oh, you mean like the overly deep-fried, contrasted faces that you see sometimes? You know what I'm talking about, Ryan. Where it almost looks crusty. The excessive contrast used. Nope, just you. Not really looking forward to it. How do I attract another audience is the question. That remains to be seen. That remains to be seen. A lot of what I've been watching lately is ATC recordings of aircraft incidents. That seems to be your thing, is aircraft and airplanes. I'm still scared of flying though. Hello, Crumble. How you doing? Wait, why is music? Why are lyrics playing? Well, that sounds copyrighted. Let's not play that. let's not play that. Anyway, more like shocked expressions in a picture of something shocking that's not in the video itself. Okay, the shocked expressions, I get that, But when they include something in the thumbnail that's not even the video, that makes me mad. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's very misleading. Kiddo Dragon Fox, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kiddo's wife here. I said, maybe... Maybe what? Maybe what? Do you know Picari Roo? Yes, I do. How the Blue Roo do? I talk to her from time to time. She's gotten more into, like, selling merch these days. So, I imagine, like, Picari, Magi, and others, they all kind of moved on because they're burned out like me. I know Kyle, Magi, they moved on because they were burned out. That's why they don't do a whole lot of content anymore. They were ready to do something else. So, I'm not the only one that feels this way. But I got burned out, and my channel just kind of died. So it's like a 1-2 punch. Fur Affinity's on fire again. Oh no, stop the presses. Tell CNN.
I've seen this before.
You have?
11 times, as a matter of fact.
Shit's probably been way more than 11 times. And that's why I don't really get all excited for it. I'm like, I've seen it before. We know what happens. So and so on. Blah, 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 blah. Stormi, I broke a PC once that did catch fire. Not to sound full of myself, but that does sound a lot more interesting. Maybe to newer furries it's interesting, but, you know, I'm old. I'm not old. I am aged like a fine wine. Okay. Yes, he is prioritizing himself. Sorry, I know I asked it earlier, but how would you feel if someone at work at the same job for years and doesn't want to make a change? Oh, yuck. If they work the same job for years and doesn't want to make a change. I say, if they're content, let them keep doing it. Bluebell says, honestly, I've moved on from content creation because I'm still burnt out. Micro says, should I get a VR headset? If you can get one that's affordable, sure. VR chat is still fun occasionally. It's just, I don't understand a lot of the games in VR chat. I'm usually the last person to understand what's going on. I once heard of a Transformers toy that set itself on fire due to the electrical components in it. That's scary. I don't even know what to do vids on. Whatever you want. If you don't do it as a job, do whatever you want. I have to do it as a job, so I have to be a little more considerate. But for the first time in this channel's creation, I'm not going to be considerate. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. And that is storytelling. And holy shit, am I scared. Nervous laughter intensifies. Life is very hard nowadays, so I don't blame anybody for being burnt out. Working the same job for years and being successful at it will require elements of change. Game collection video? Maybe. I would like to do like a studio tour. I did one for my patrons a long time ago, but my office has changed so much since then. So, might be worth pursuing. There are new furries beginning to create more content. Interesting to see where it leads, and yes, I'm in that category. It is interesting, but it's also like... It's different demographics in a way. I'm old. I'm a millennial furry. There's not a lot of us. There was. But then a lot of us just poofed out of existence. So, that's why I feel kind of crabby and alone sometimes. There are a lot of 30 furs on Twitch, but... The thing is, when you get older, you tend to be a lot more closed off. And I can't just, like, force myself into a bubble. And that is why I feel kind of cut off. So what do? I don't know. So, I just adore discovering new furry channels. I used to be excited for it years and years ago, but it just doesn't hit the same anymore. I feel like there's, like, a lot of similar styles now. And this could just be me getting old, but a lot of newer creators, they all have not a distinct, like a similar style. Very quick and fast-paced. And they talk really fast. I don't know why. Hell, Bakari talks really fast. I don't know why she does that. I mean, that's her style, you know? Let me eat the rest of this banana. Ubo, I'm doing pretty awful right now. How you doing? Finn, the reason it's just not fun anymore is just, I've done it for so long. Anything will get boring after a while. Well, for most of us anyway. I have a plan. I just don't know if it's a good plan, but we're about to see. We're about to find out. Because I think with this approach that I'm taking, it may not do big views, but it's definitely going to attract questions. People are actually going to ask, whoa, you did that too? Instead of, cute fursuit, I like your fursuit, can I have your fursuit? Where'd you get your fursuit? Who made your fursuit? Fursuit. Furry fursuit. And that's like 75% of my comments on a video that contains my fursuit. Seriously. And I'm not trying to be mean, but that's how it usually goes. And it makes me sad. It makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. I don't know. I'm currently lining my fursuit inside of my head. I think I'll be fine. Be careful. Be careful. Don't poke your fingers doing that, okay? Then don't use the fursuit in your video then. What do you think I'm doing, you dungus? Bad Matt. I'm gonna ban you. Do you know Solar Saber? Yes. The stuff that she posts is actually pretty good. Like, she gets into the nitty-gritty philosophical side of things, and that's what I like to do. So, yeah, Solar Saber is nice. It's okay, Matt. You're only grounded for 5 seconds, okay? Okay? Okay, you can come out now, alright? Matt, you're fine, dear. Don't worry. Art idea. Make a collage of all your YouTube thumbnails in chronological order. You could definitely see how my style changed doing that. I think Solar Saber is a psychologist IRL, so that tracks. I wish I could have gotten into psychology. It's something I study as a hobby. I didn't really major in it. I'm not well off. Like, I never got to go to college, unfortunately. I wish I could have. That's like a whole part of my life that I missed out on. Anyway. Burns, the Xbox can't ground me from it now. I like all furries as long as they don't have too much controversy, but like furry at least. You know the funny thing is? Everyone's got skeletons in their closet. Everyone. And if you don't, you will. Sooner or later, you will. Because everyone has a few. You are not perfect, to quote Courage the Cowardly Dog. Happy Fursuit Friday, Andre. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh my god. Anyway, if I ever do content creation, I'll do it as a hobby. And maybe as a part-time job. Oh, okay. So let's talk about this very briefly. You ever noticed how, like, a lot of kids are just like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be an influencer. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. It's a sanity test. No, you don't. Oh my god. We've gone from, like, everyone wanting to be a doctor or famous movie actor to an influencer. Interesting. How we've all gone to that. Meanwhile, I got into it because a friend poked me into it. I was like, well, let's see what happens. Oh. Wait, I thought you were a computer science major at one point. No? I wish I were. I'm entirely self-taught. I got that technical job because of a good reference. I wish I could have gone to college, but I never got to. Al says, I'm still working on anger issues. I understand, dear. I understand. You were influenced into being an influencer. Hey, I'm leaving. I'm done. Kiddo Dragon Fox, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Kiddo says, Kiddo's wife here. What if soy milk is just regular milk introducing itself in Spanish? Oh, soy milk, soy. My helicopter goes soy. I forget what soy means in Spanish. I know yo soy name here is how you introduce yourself. Don't hurt my brain, kiddo. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You hurt my brain though. Soy means I would have retained all that Spanish I learned in high school if I had friends to share it with. I actually really loved studying Spanish back then, but I had no one to share it with. So, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a storm chaser. I kind of wanted to get into that a while back too, but I'm a little too scared of storm chasing now. It's a very, very dangerous job. And you're self-employed. It's kind of like what I'm doing now. You have a lot of shit you got to keep up with. I took French in high school. Je m'étais Stormi Folf. Oui, oui. Sorry for all the brain breakers, but I hope it's been so fun. It has. You definitely got some giggles out of me tonight. I appreciate that. And all the support too. My main goal, Finn, is to get this channel back to where it used to be. Even if I don't make it all the way, if I can even just get halfway where I used to be, I'll be happy. And it just makes me sad that it's gotten this bad. But I don't think it's necessarily my fault. I just think it's like trends. Things fizzle out. The furry YouTube thing was like brand new and quirky when I started doing it. And now everyone does it because everyone is an influencer. Everyone. So, see, they want to be an influencer and YouTubers, but they don't want to put the work into it. You have a lot of people on Reddit. They're like, hey, I'm starting my own YouTube channel. I spent $3,000 on this camera. How do you turn it on? That actually happened, by the way. I'm quite serious. Meanwhile, I'm starting my YouTube channel with an ancient Canon camera and a lamp I got out of the living room. And I made do with what I had, and I started just making my own assets and all. There was no CapCut. There was like no resource site that was reliable. You had to make your own stuff back then. And I really did pride myself in it. Even if it wasn't great. Even if it wasn't polished. I could just say, hey, I made this. And I'm proud of myself for that. Kirby says, I love your energetic personality. Inspire me to be a furry myself soon when I can afford a suit. I wish you luck in getting a suit. In all seriousness, it's just everything's so crazy expensive now. Now I'm a certified digital media multimedia designer. Well, nice, Christian. Nice. I wish I could have gotten to use those old video editing software. You mean like Sony Vegas? That's what I started on. I didn't switch away from it until almost a year ago. But before that, all my vids were Sony Vegas. So, yeah, I used it for so many years. I still know it like the back of my hand, but it's not efficient anymore. It's very slow and laggy. When I recorded videos when I was younger, I used Fraps. Oh my god! That's a name I haven't heard in like 10 years! That frame rate counter. I don't remember the acronym, but it's a frame rate counter you can take snapshots and record video with. Stormi Folf and the YouTube poop. See, that's how I learned how to edit videos in the first place, was making YouTube poops years and years and years ago. Way before I got my first job. That was my introduction to video editing, was YouTube poops. And you can still see bits in pieces of that style in my older vids. It's really funny. Ivory says, did you make your fursuit? I did not. Aussie Studios made my fursuit.
I made a DBZ AMV once while that was a thing. Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Please hire me for all your voice acting needs. I'm broke. Please, 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 pretty please. I've thought about taking voice acting commissions and art commissions and just spreading my wings as much as I can and... Oh, who am I kidding? This is not gonna work out. Ugh. Rage, it did not. Try 1/3 of that. And it was a gift. I didn't pay for it. It was actually a gift from a friend. I haven't been able to afford a fursuit in like 3 or 4 years now. Maybe longer. I've been so broke. Oh, I try to believe. I try to believe in me. I'm starting to get a little out of it, y'all. Are y'all okay with me ending the stream here? I'm starting to feel really woozy. Nothing that y'all did. I'm just really tired, that's all. Hi, Tara. Says, hey, Stormy, how are you? I'm exhausted, honey. How are you? I just woke up. I have a terrible migraine. I'm sorry, dear. Take some ibuprofen. Ivory says, people still make AMVs nowadays. Yeah, but they're... You know what? CapCut is like a prime editing software for AMVs now that I think about it. With all the obnoxious VFX it has built in, and it's super easy to do. So, yes, rest if you need to. Yes. It's been 2 hours anyway. Average into stream time. I would have kept going if I just had more to say, but I don't really know what else to say. I gotta save some energy for my Twitch stream tomorrow too, so. Hello, Ice Blocks. Unfortunately, I'm about to head out, dear. I'm sorry. I need to rest my voice a little bit. So, on that note, I really hope I get that video out next week. There's no reason for me not to. Stump, thank you so much for the $10 super chat.
Enjoy the stream, Stormy. Have a good one and stay awesome.
Stump, you stay awesomer, okay? Or be like, I am the awesome-o. God. That's a reference. Stump, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. With any luck, new video out next weekend. I really hope. If you want to help me get the vid out faster, please consider supporting me on my Patreon or tapping that join button down below. It would really help. You don't have to, but a million raindrops make an ocean, y'all. Okay? Anyway, y'all, I'm really tired. I'm thirsty, and I'm hungry. And I will catch y'all on Twitch tomorrow and a new video next weekend. Y'all take care, stay safe. I will see y'all later. Bye.